Hold on, is this the right one? Okay, cool. Looks like we are in the correct one. Let me go ahead and get this popping real quick. Oh, 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 oh. Give me 1 sec. Okay, looks like we're good to go. So it is yes, it's Thursday. I almost said it's Wednesday, but that's wrong. It's Thursday. And there are quite a bit of things to discuss. As you can see, I am still in St. Louis. I will be in St. Louis until next Friday. I've been enjoying myself. I've been having a good time. And I've still been working and stuff, but I've been trying to work a little bit less while I'm here. Not just so that I can, spend time with family and, hang out, but also just so I can, get a little bit of a break. Because yes, three titty Thursday. For whatever reason, that's what type of Thursday it is today. It's just what popped into my mind. You know what I'm saying? I can't really tell you why. It's just what it is today. I don't think we probably we didn't had several titty Tuesdays, but we ain't never had no three titty Tuesday and no three titty Thursday. So that's where we at today. But yeah, no, I've been having a really good time, and things are going well. And I really appreciate everybody's constant support. And the dedication and the commitment is really taking us far. We're going into 2024 very strong, and we'll have our next members meeting probably the second week. Yeah, the second week of January. Go ahead and, like I said, let people get the holidays out of the way, and yeah. Oh yeah, that Z-Way interview with George Santos was really great. Right now, that's facts though, Alonzo. Everybody loves titties. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves titties, even people who don't typically go for them. It's just the human body. Honestly, is just beautiful. The human body really is just a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is. And it'd be crazy too, because like so much of what makes people attractive, obviously, like everybody has their tastes and things like that, but so much of what makes people attractive is who they are, like the energy they give off, how they conduct themselves, the confidence that they have or not, stuff like that is what really makes people attractive more than anything else. But yes, Alonzo, everybody loves titties. The straights, the gays, everybody loves titties. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Giuliani today. We're gonna talk about that because my man's done filed for bankruptcy. So matter of fact, let's see. Should we do that first? Because we got a bit of stuff to go over today. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Rudy. Let's talk about him first. Bring this up real quick. Oh, we got Areola in the building, right? Elisa, that was perfect. Speaking of titties, what's popping, Areola? All right, now let's get into it. So let me pull this up because I'm back on the one screen for this. All right, let me make sure it's the right one. Okay, yes, I'm on the right one. Oh no, they're gonna try to make me pay for this. Nah, hold up, y'all. We not paying for this. We not paying for this. We gonna go to another site. Here we go. Okay, is this one good? Yes, it is. All right, let me open it up on this other page. We got Trent. We got Lauren. We got Monk Without a Cause. What's going on? But yeah, no, let me go ahead and open this up. The other one was the wrong file. Okay. This one having two screens makes this so much easier because things just keep popping up here and popping up there. It's not that big of a deal or whatever. All right, now let's check this out. Rudy the Ghoul was popping. All right. Rudy Giuliani files for bankruptcy days after being ordered to pay $148 million in defamation case. And then the other day we watched him go on to, it was either I think it was Newsmax, but he went on to Newsmax and he was like doubling, tripling, quadrupling, quintupling down on everything that he had said, saying his final point being, well, what I have to say doesn't need to actually be true. I just need to feel like it's the truth. I just need to think that it's the truth. Like, again, Poor me, I'm such an idiot defense always cracks me up. Rudolph W. Giuliani has filed for bankruptcy days after being ordered to pay $148 million in a defamation lawsuit brought by two former election workers in Georgia. Oh, hold on, my bad. I accidentally opened up the other one. In his filing, today, the former New York City mayor listed nearly $153 million in existing or potential debts, including close to $1 million in tax liabilities, money he owes his lawyers, and many millions of dollars in potential legal judgments and lawsuits against him. He estimated his assets to be between $1 million and $10 million. Oh, well, yeah. Looks like he definitely should have filed for bankruptcy. The biggest debt is the $148 million he was ordered to pay a week ago for making false statements about the election workers in Georgia stemming from the 2020 presidential contest. Ted Goodman, a political advisor and spokesperson for Giuliani, a one-time Republican presidential candidate and high-ranking Justice Department official, said in a statement that the filing should be a surprise to no one. Quote, no one could have reasonably believed that Mayor Giuliani would be able to pay such a high punitive amount. He said the bankruptcy filing would give Giuliani, quote, the opportunity and time to pursue an appeal while providing transparency for his finances under the supervision of the bankruptcy court to ensure all creditors are treated equally and fairly throughout the process. But declaring bankruptcy likely will not erase the $148 million in damages a jury awarded to the former Georgia election workers, Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Shea Moss. Bankruptcy law does not allow for the dissolution of debts that come from a willful and malicious injury. You got to pay up, my friend. Last week's jury verdict was the latest and costliest sign of Giuliani's mounting financial strain, exacerbated by investigations, lawsuits, fines, sanctions, and damages related to his work helping then Republican President Donald Trump. So we already know what went down with that. But Rudy's in trouble, man. I mean, all these people are in trouble, but Rudy's broke, which otherwise wouldn't be a ha-ha. But for Rudy Giuliani, it's definitely a ha-ha. Oh, Fetterman looks to be pissing people off even more. Goodness gracious, I didn't even have this open at first, but I'll just open this up. We're gonna check out John Fetterman right now because as we saw, it's Thursday. The last time I streamed, I think, was Tuesday. And one of the things that we went over was how, let's see. I'm tripping, y'all. Who the hell are we just talking about? My mind just went all. Oh yeah, John Fetterman. He just made it a very unnecessary comment where he was like, I don't consider myself to be a progressive. 6 years ago, maybe I would have held that title, but now, that's not what I am. And it was just really unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? It really was just unnecessary because, think about it. It really doesn't matter who it is. Okay. If a reporter or somebody would have asked Joe Biden, do you consider yourself to be progressive? I bet you he would have said yes. If they would have asked Nancy Pelosi, I bet she would have said yes. Chuck Schumer, yes. Kamala Harris, yes. Pretty much any Democrat other than like Joe Manchin or the ilk, his type of ilk, would have said that they were progressive because, realistically speaking, the Democratic platform is progressive. Now, that doesn't mean that they follow through with that. What do I mean by that? The Democratic platform is supposed to support workers, labor, wages. The Democratic platform is, the benefits platform, stuff like that. And again, obviously, the Democratic Party itself doesn't always follow through with that. But again, it's just like, it was just a very unnecessary comment because I really can't think of any politician on the Democratic side other than someone like Joe Manchin who would say, no, I'm not progressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, bro, you really didn't need to do that. And so apparently he is doubling down on pissing off a large portion of the base that got him there. So let's check that out. And it's just like, bro, what, huh? Like, why? What's the point of you doing this? I really don't understand. You're just hurting yourself. All right. Now, Here we go. Gee, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, and it does have like an ambiance like that, right? With the lighting and stuff in here. Um, right, exactly. We gave facts. We gave him the hoodie exception, but it's really just ridiculous. Like, dude, why? And I guess this is I guess this is the hill he wants to die on. But we'll see. We'll see what he does. All right, so hold up. Fetterman slams the left's purity test and questions how they can abandon Israel, the only progressive nation in the region. All right, hold up. Is there a video? Okay, no. Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania has struck an independent tone in recent weeks. I mean, okay, I'm an independent, I'm a registered independent, but again, like, who cares, bro? Like, this is just bad politics. This is just bad politics, man. Like, come on, what are you doing? I'm a registered independent, but I'm also progressive. Like, what? Huh? Like, okay. Distancing himself from the hard left progressive wing of his party, which helped put him in office. Indeed, it did. The one time progressive stalwart, enthusiastically endorsed by Senator Bernie Sanders, has explicitly declared he no longer adheres to the label and is simply a Democrat, citing his stances on immigration and Israel as key breaking points with the left wing of his own party. And again, like, bro, it, even if you want to say this, like, okay, whatever your stances on immigration and Israel are, like, what are your stances on healthcare? What are your stances on education? What are your stances on labor? Yeah, like, what are you doing? People would even be people. Progressives would give you a big break, if you have a little bit of, different. My man's Mike Boy came in here with the furs. My man's came in here with that fur coat, that pimping fur coat. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Um, okay, where were we? I got distracted with the coat, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, oh yeah. People will give you a break. People will still work with you. Just because you don't agree on everything 100% really doesn't matter. But you're choosing to die on this hill, so okay, whatever. All right. Um, Fetterman spoke with the New York Times for an article published Thursday about the break and made clear he not only has no regrets, but he blames the progressive movement for breaking with him and what he calls his common sense approach to issues. Bro, why? What are you doing? The Pennsylvania Democrat, known for his gym shorts and hoodies, told the Times that the left continues to demand purity tests. He gave up on calling himself a progressive. And again, it does, like, bro, like, even if you have different stances on certain issues, what are your stances on the majority of issues? No, I'm not a progressive anymore. Like, dude, okay. What do you say? It's just a place where I'm not. I don't feel like I've left the label. It's just more that it's left me. I'm not critical if someone is a progressive. I believe different things. I just don't understand why he's talking about this. Like, bro, like, everyone's watching you. Why are you saying these things? I mean, I guess you could say this in private if you really feel it, but, like, why are you saying this publicly? Like, even if you only care about your career, then you're ruining it. The Times noted that Fetterman's break from the progressive movement, which has come under intense fire from many over some recent pro-Palestinian protests that have involved violence, anti-Semitic rhetoric, or property damage, has stunned many of his former critics on the right. What multiverse is this? The Times quoted hard right website Breitbart of posting on their social media while sharing Fetterman's recent appearance on CNN, where he accused TikTok of warping young Americans' minds to be anti-Israel. Fetterman spoke to the Times about his support for Israel, saying, quote, "I do find it confusing where the very left progressives in America don't seem to want to support really the only progressive nation in the region that really embraces the same kind of values I would expect we would want as a society." I mean, that's just really a lazy analysis because, the bigger issue with Israel, in terms of its government right now is who's been running it. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, Netanyahu isn't popular. Even in his country, he's not popular. So for you to pretend like there's nothing to see here is just it's lazy. You know, like what? So Netanyahu isn't a problem. The decades of occupancy, decades of occupying Palestinian territory, that's not an issue. You know, like it's just like he's making it like everything is just a zero sum game. You know what I'm saying? It's like either Israel's all good or it's not. And it's like, bro, you of course you can point to good things that exist within Israeli society because it's made up of many people. But I mean, come on, dude. Like, I mean, Israel is just slaughtering Palestinians. Israel is not in danger. They're not. Israel has everything it needs to defend itself because they have the most powerful allies on the planet, the number one being us. So it's just like, dude. And again, this isn't even an issue that I speak on that much, just because I just don't feel it's really. I, there's better sources for it, but it's so painfully obvious what's going on over there. It's just stupid. But we'll see. You know, at the end of the day, John Fetterman's term is 6 years long, and politics is a day by day thing. So the reality is that he could end up being just fine. You know, he may end up staying in this stance, but depending on what he does, that is going to change people's opinions of him. Like if he just came out and changed his mind, it's just interesting how politics works like that. But again, at the end of the day, he just started his 6 year term, so we really can't say anything definitive about what's going to happen in his career because that really depends. That's up to him. You know what I'm saying? That's really up to him. So we'll see. But it's not looking good in regards to this. But like Donald, like you pointed out, at the end of the day, his election chances are about the people in his district because can't nobody else vote for him except them. But that's 6 years away. Well, 5 now, but still a long time. Still a ways away. The next presidential election. Okay, now where we at? Phew. On immigration, Fetterman said, quote, I don't think it's unreasonable to have a secured border. Who says that that's unreasonable? See, again, this is just why it's like, man, are you all right, man? Because what he's saying is overly simplistic. You know, he sounds like a. I don't even want to say he sounds like a conservative because it's just like, yeah, exactly, Mara. That's the truth. You feel me? Like right now we're honing in on this, but politics is a day by day thing. So, but again, it's just like, bro, you're being incredibly simple with how you're talking about stuff, and it's like, are you all right, man? And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I'm being serious. It's like, dude, these issues are more complicated than this. Um, Quote, I would never put dreamers in harm's way or support any kind of cruelty or mass expulsion of hundreds of thousands of people, but it's a reasonable conversation to talk about the border. Who isn't talking, bro? Who isn't talking about that? Who isn't? Like, we don't have open borders. Like, that's not a thing. So why are you talking about it like this? He briefly discussed his health and the stroke that almost took his life, noting what I had found, but over the last couple of years, is that the right and now the left are hoping that I die. Oh, man, I don't know, man. He's acting kind of weird. Like he like, huh? The left wants me dead. What are you talking about? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, I mean that's really that. We'll have to keep taking it a day at a time. But it's like, dude, what you sound? He sounds depressed as hell. I know because I'd be depressed, but I don't think he's okay, man. He's not really making a lot of sense. All right, let's see. Yeah, he's just you all right, man? He's acting weird. All right. Now, the other day we went over the video of this brother right here. Indeed, it is 420, Jesse Camaro. Man, I should have my piece down here, but I don't. It's all good though. It's all good. What's this brother's name right here? Oh, Jesus, my bad, y'all. What did I do? Okay. Rob Smith, because again, this was the footage that we looked at the other day. He went to a Turning Points USA video, and a bunch of white supremacists were there calling him the N word, calling him the F word, giving him a hard time. And basically, he acknowledged that that could have went left, that could have been dangerous. He could have ended up getting hurt, and yeah, he really could have. So we'll watch this again, and then we'll see what he had to say.
Yes, Nick Fuentes loves gay sex.
They say boo, but he does. You know, Nick Fuentes, the genius, who said that it's gay for a man and a woman to have sexual intercourse together. Like, I don't think that's how that works, bro. I don't really know what you're trying to get at, but that's not how that works. And of course, ain't nothing wrong with being gay, man. It's totally fine. It's all right. You know, ain't nobody tripping who got a brain in their head, but you know, somehow a man and a woman having sex is gay. So, hey, you know, Nick Fuentes, everybody.
Oh, he doesn't. Faggot, 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 faggot.
I'm not sure if Rob Smith was on Indisputable Mike Boy. I don't know. I really haven't seen too much of him, but I don't know. I can't really say anything about him because I don't know that much about him.
America first, America first, America first, America first, America first, America
first. Right, facts, man. You got to do a set on that. They hate women so much they're not even straight no more. Wasn't it? Yeah, Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit. He said that you know, guys give better blowjobs than girls, which you know, if you got the skill, you got the skill. You know what I'm saying? One way or another, you gotta have some practice. But it's just like, what? Like, why are you saying this? I think we know why. And again, it's totally okay. It's totally okay. But yeah. He's that sparkly vampire. Wait, he's right. He a sparkly vampire. All right, now let's get to what Rob Smith had to say. Okay, here we go.
A conservative gathering turned hateful in Phoenix when Rob Smith, a black gay Republican influencer, says that he was heckled by what he describes as a group of white supremacists. Watch this. Now, Smith says this took place at an event hosted by an organization called Republicans for National Renewal, a right-wing pro-Trump advocacy group, and that organization has since issued a statement that reads in part, "The individuals involved were members of the public without any association with us, and we were actively involved in diffusing the situation and ensuring attendees' safety. These sorts of actions are not welcome at our events, and the individuals involved will be excluded from future events."
Right, exactly. That you know, little do they know, in their attempts to make the world more straight, they just making it more gay, which is totally okay, which is totally fine.
Ohio Republican who's running for a House seat there heard the commotion firsthand and later tweeted about it, dubbing the incident the unfortunate reality of a fractured party without leadership. Rob Smith joins me now. Rob, can you walk us through what happened there? How did you end up at this event, and how did you end up almost encircled by these people?
Well, the first thing that I want to say is that to anybody that thinks that this is somehow in some way fake or
Carlos, my brother, yes, indeed, that is exactly what I had on my mind when I made this title. That is exactly what I was thinking of. Total Recall, yes, indeed, great movie. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna watch that with my dad while I'm here. I think we're gonna watch that. It really is a good movie. It definitely is a great one. But yes, indeed, 3 Titty Thursday. And next Tuesday, it's gonna be something to do with titties. I don't know yet, but titties are wonderful.
stage.
Everybody loves titties. The straights, the gays, it don't matter. Titties are great.
I wanted to tell them that the hate crime that happened to Jussie Smollett was fake. This hate crime was very real. So how I ended up there was, this is a group called the Republicans for National Renewal. I was in Phoenix, Arizona for an event called America Fest, which is held by Turning Point USA. I went to this event because I saw that a lot of other conservative influencers would be there. I actually DM'd with this group. I said, hey, I'm gonna come. Can you put me on the list? They said, sure. So that's how I ended up at the event. I had no idea that it was gonna be infested with these people.
Was there some kind of confrontation that preceded what we
You
saw
had
in the
no
video?
idea.
Yeah, there was actually. I realized that these people were starting to encircle me, and I kind of wanted to figure out what was going on. And what I will say, what a lot of people didn't see in that video is, number one, they did say the N-word. Absolutely, that was not caught on video, but that did happen. And so, look, I am fourth ID. You know, I'm an Iraq War vet. I can know how to defend myself. But I am looking in the eyes of people that were actual neo-Nazis and actual white supremacists. There were about 20 to 25 of these people, and that is what you do not see on camera. So I had a choice to de-escalate the situation with humor, which is what I did.
So why would you?
Hey, well, you know what? At least he's acknowledging that there are real, true white supremacists within the Republican Party. I mean, you're in the party still. The party really doesn't embrace you at all, but he doesn't seem like, I mean, he seems likable. Again, I don't know anything about him, so I can't say anything credible, but he doesn't seem like somebody that he seems all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he seems all right. But he's right. You feel me? Like, it really don't matter how big you are or how well you know how to fight. Like, you ain't gonna win against 25 people. Like, it's not happening. So it's also good that he's acknowledging that he really could have ended up hurt.
Have ended up at an event hosted by an organization that would have even had people like that.
Well, the interesting thing about what's going on in the Republican Party right now in the conservative movement is this. There are a lot of different factions. I in no way experienced anything like this before, and I have been a prominent Republican figure, conservative figure, for the past 5 years of my life. I have seen people all across this country, white, black, etc., that have accepted me for who I am as a black man, as a gay man, all of this stuff. I had no idea that this really even existed out there until I was confronted with this kind of racial hatred to my
You're
face.
saying you had no idea that there was a faction of the Republican Party that espoused racist and...
Colin, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. What you say? You say Nick shouldn't be talking about something he has zero experience in, sex. 100%. And again, like, he openly admits that he's a virgin, which again, that's fine. That's okay. But the way he goes about things and the way that he talks, you know, it's like, dude, you might want to go have sex before you start just spewing all of these things out. Go do it at least once. You feel me? Like, but yeah, no, Nick Fuentes he's a total dweeb. But thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody.
Anti-LGBT views?
No. I absolutely know that these people exist. In fact, if we want to have a conversation about white supremacy, let's have a conversation about the white supremacy that happens on both sides, okay? So
but
yes, these people...
I'm just wondering, just based on what you were saying, you know, a lot of times when, you know, on the left, they say, there are people in the Republican Party who have these views. A lot of Republicans say that's not true.
Yes.
You're maligning all of this. You're calling us all deplorables. You're saying we're all white supremacists. You experienced firsthand people you called white supremacists who are affiliated with your party. So are they right that those individuals are in the Republican Party and need to be pushed out?
Absolutely, they are right. And I will say this.
You know what? I gotta give him some props for this. I mean, again, I don't know him. I mean, obviously, I don't know him. I don't know that much about him, but at least he's saying this, man. Like, I really haven't seen too many other people acknowledge this at all. But maybe it's because it happened to him. I don't know. But Hey, at least he's saying it.
When we have a conversation about white supremacy, we have to talk about it on the right and the left. We saw me actually face to face with actual white supremacists that are in the Republican Party. Absolutely. What a lot of people have not seen is me literally being the target of racial hatred from white supremacists that call themselves white liberals on the left that attack me every single day on social media and have for the past 5 years. If you go to my social media handles on X at Rob Smith Online or on Instagram at Rob Smith Online and see the comments, you see these people are out there.
Brother Mike, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man, for real.
And so they say a lot about when the stuff comes from the left, they say, oh, well, these are not real people. These are just trolls. No, these are real, actual people that live in the real world. So we see this on the left and the right. I face off with these people on left and right every single day of my life.
When I don't know what you're referring to when you talk about on the left. Are you saying that people are attacking you for being black? People on the left are attacking
Yes, conservative classic, exactly.
you for being black?
Absolutely, every single day on social media. In fact, anybody that's watching this segment right now, Abby, and let me finish this. Anybody that's watching this segment can go to any comment section on any of the videos that I posted and see some of these people attack me every single day. And by the way, a lot of these white liberals like to use racial hatred when they are attacking me, okay? So that stuff happens. So yes,
So how do you
we
feel?
see it happen from
I'm curious to see where he's going to go with this, because yeah, well, on the one hand, you acknowledge that the Republican Party has a white supremacist problem, but you're doing the whataboutism, so it's like, where are you going to go with it?
the right, but we saw it happen from the
How
left
do
as
you
well.
feel as a black gay Republican?
Yeah.
Experiencing what you have experienced, but also putting even that aside, just looking more at the mainstream rhetoric from some in the party or activists who are trying to demonize gay people specifically.
Yes.
What do you make of that? And I mean, do you blame people of color or LGBTQ people who say, I can't be a part of that?
Well, first of all, I don't say LGBTQ. I say gay or lesbian, and I don't.
Why does it matter what you
blame gay or lesbians or black people for saying that they can't be a part of it. What I will say is this. A lot of people want to ask me these questions about what's going on with the movement. They want to ask me the questions about what's going on with, like, let's say Donald Trump. And what I say is this, is that I don't focus on what people say. I focus on what they do. And when it comes to Trump, when it comes to the mainstream Republican Party right now, I have seen Donald Trump be the first Republican to ever, the first president to ever enter office supporting marriage equality, either Democrat or Republican.
What are you talking about? How could he really just say that?
I saw him partner with the RNC in the comes to Trump.
Why even say that? Gay marriage was legalized by the Supreme Court when Obama was in office. Like, what are you talking about?
When it comes to the mainstream Republican Party right now, I have seen Donald Trump be the first Republican to ever, the first president to ever enter office supporting marriage equality, either Democrat or Republican. I saw him partner with the RNC in the log cabin Republicans to spend over $1 million in a get out the vote effort specifically targeting gays and lesbians in this country, okay? And spend over $1 million to do that, okay? So I look at what people do. And so now when you want to talk about having somebody denounce this, I've seen Donald Trump denounce white supremacy over and over and over again for the past 8 years. I have not seen Ron DeSantis denounce this. I have not seen Vivek Ramaswamy denounce this. I have not seen Nikki Haley denounce this. I have not seen Chris Christie denounce this. So if we're going to talk about the future of this party.
Yeah, all the props that I gave him are now gone. They're now disappeared because he's once again just a grifting goofball motherfucker. This dude is goofy.
And these white supremacists absolutely do exist in this party. We all saw me face them from face to face. I'm looking at
because he's just talking in circles. Like, that's all he's doing. Like, so where are you going to go with this? Like, what's the solution? There is no solution. He's just has a platform because he's a black gay Republican. That's it. Like, there's nothing more to see here.
Soulless, dead-eyed white supremacists that, by the way, I felt that these people could have bashed my brains in had they gotten the chance. I deal with these people in real life. And I know for a fact where they're coming from. I know that a lot of these people have infiltrated these conservative organizations from top to bottom. There needs to be accountability, and I'm exploring options as how to do so right now. But do I think that this stuff is coming from the millions of people that voted for Trump? I do not. I do not. Do I think that it's
Dude, okay, yeah, he's just a goofball. Dude is goofy. Like, what are you, what? Oh my God. Right. He did. What, like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Oh my God. Yeah, that, I almost gave him some credence, but no, no, no. Like, dude's he's just another goofy ass black Republican. Because again, it's like, all right, well, where are you going to go with this, man? What's the solution? Oh, blah blah blah, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Like that's it. Like a whole bunch of BS about how Republicans and Donald Trump actually support me. Like, no, they don't, bro. You're just grifting. That's all you're doing. All right, what's up now? Hold on, let me open this. Yes, here we go. Yeah, that was no substance. Absolutely no substance in that interview. No solution and no substance. Dude, what the hell are you talking about? Michael Cohen believes Trump has. Of course, Trump hasn't read Mein Kampf, but only because Donald doesn't read. Of course, he didn't read Mein Kampf. People like historians and history nerds read stuff like that. Like that's you have to be kind of into that field to even want to read that. Like,
I want to turn to new heat on Donald Trump. He's under fire for doubling down on racist comments he made over the weekend, saying this just last night in Iowa.
They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that. And I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way.
Trump in recent days.
What he just said insinuates that everything Hitler's ever said is only to be found inside of Mein Kampf.
Has been widely condemned for the comments about immigrants, which echoed the rhetoric of Adolf Hitler. Here is what Trump originally said.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world.
GOP senators offering up some, I'd say, tepid criticisms, saying, quote, I obviously don't agree with that. We're all children of immigrants, and, quote, I certainly wouldn't have said that, and calling it, quote, unhelpful rhetoric. Unhelpful. Joining me once again is Michael Cohen. Michael, we are all children of immigrants. Trump's violent and fascist rhetoric seems to be getting worse and worse as we push forward to decision 2024. How low can he go before we actually see some measure of repercussions for what he's saying and doing?
There is no depth to which Donald will sink in order to continue to stir up his base. Now, of course, Donald has not read Mein Kampf. Donald doesn't read. I mean, it's not that he didn't want to read it. It's just that unless it's in Cliff Notes or unless somebody read it to him, Donald does not read. You got guys like Steve Miller who are writing these speeches for him and discussing it with him. So he knows exactly what he's saying. You know, in my first book, Disloyal, I talk about an encounter that I had with Donald with an employee of the Trump organization who was German. And while we were having a conversation, Donald stopped the conversation and he goes, you know, I just had a thought. He goes, I bet your family chased Michael's family through the Red Forest. And I looked and I said, hey, boss, you do know my father is a Holocaust survivor. So he goes, yeah, that's why I said it. Donald knows exactly what he's saying. He is playing to the lowest denominator of American that exists in this country, the racist, anti-Semitic animals that exist in that MAGA world. That's who he's playing to. And he will only go lower each and every time that he says something and he generates more and more conversation and he becomes front page news. He will then steep and go much lower to the point that even I can't tell you how low he will go.
He gonna get that.
Trump's grandfather came from Germany. Trump's mother came from Scotland. Stephen Miller's family came from Belarus. I mean, it's convenient, right, that they forget what their heritage is. You know, Michael, you also actually wrote about Trump.
By the way, let's not forget let's not forget 2 out of his 3 wives as well are immigrants. So
and then his children are. Then I guess the blood of the Trump legacy is also poisoned from the immigrant blood.
No, we don't need to watch that whole thing. But we will go to this. He plans to keep on to keep using the quotes because of course he does. Of course he does. It's Donald Trump. You know, he came down the escalator talking about Mexicans are sending their worst people over here. So, you know, of course he gonna bring that playbook back. That's what worked for him the first time. All right, now. Let's see what this report says about him planning to continue using these phrases. I'm going to get this up in my so I can read it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Former President Donald Trump has adopted rhetoric on the campaign trail, blah, blah, blah. We know that. We just saw that. But far from being shamed into backing down, sources tell Rolling Stone that Trump plans to go out of his way to ramp up. Of course he does. Of course he does, because people, what do you call it? He's a provocateur, a contrarian, a provocateur and a contrarian. So, you know, people are dissing him for it, so he's going to triple down on it. Of course he is. He wants the media to choke on his words, one of these sources says. The former president said he's going to keep doing it. He's going to keep saying they're poisoning the blood of the nation. They're destroying and killing the country. He says it's a great line. You know, it's a great line. It really hits and sits with my audience every time I go. Every time I do a rally. It really resonates with the people. According to the second source, Trump said in recent days that he was being too nice about the animals and alleged gang members who crossed the southern border, who Trump routinely accuses of flooding the United States with drugs, diseases, and violent crime. The report continued. This person relays to Rolling Stone that Trump also said he and his campaign will be rolling out newer, even tougher policy proposals. Well, he did say that. He said on day one, he's going to bring back the Muslim ban on day one. And what's the name? Whatever the dude's name, Rob, the black gay Republican that we was just looking at. He was, oh no, the Republican Party and Donald Trump embraces. I'm like, dude, okay. You're going in circles, which means you're going nowhere. You're going absolutely nowhere with your commentary because you're full of shit. All right. Where were we? I mean, that's pretty much it for that. And then we got one thing with Trump talking about some, I'm not an insurrectionist. Hold on, I just got it. He's so funny. Hold on, look, I got to show you this just because. Oh yeah, his base is. Oh yeah, Mary. Yeah, his base is loving the rhetoric, and you know what? Honestly, a lot of that is. I really think more of that has to do with just sticking it to the libs than anything else. You know what I mean? They just like that the left in this country, or that the majority of people in this country don't want to hear stuff like that. So they just want Trump to triple down on it because it tickles them to see liberal tears. You feel me? Like that is much more of the reasoning than they really want to hear that stuff. I mean, sure, yeah, they want to hear it, but like, you know, it's just about sticking it to the libs. Okay, what we got now? Oh yeah, Trump talking about some. What time did he put this out? Oh. Oh, where is it? I'm not an insurrectionist. Quote in parentheses and quotations in all caps. Peacefully and patriotically. What is that? If you're not an insurrectionist, then why did you need to put this in there? He put this in there because he is. He had to qualify himself. He had to rationalize it. I'm not an insurrectionist because actually what took place, actually what went down was peaceful and patriotic. Crooked Joe Biden is an insurrectionist. Mm-hmm. My man. Oh, hello. This is Dot right here. Her name is Dot. And hold on, what is this? Oh yeah, no, we not. Something about the color purple being removed from Florida bookshelves. Hold on, because they're trying to get me to pay for this, and I am not. I am not going to pay for this because there's no need. The color, no, movie. Let's see, Florida removed. Nah, man, they got it on a Daily Beast, which is fine, but oh my God, all of these websites are like, pay me, which I can't hate on. Not move, get gone. Nah, see, this damn cat is gonna knock everything over. Go away, move, go. I love you, but move, because you finna fuck shit up. Go away, go. Go away, stop. Go over there. Hey, cats just love knocking shit over. I love it. I love the cats, but come on. Not right now, Dot. You gotta go away. All right, so we got, okay, here we go. The color purple has been removed from Florida school bookshelves. Yes, my parents' cats are named Yakko and Dot. Like from the Animaniacs. Cats indeed do what they want. Okay, here we go. And on to the color purple being banned, removed from Florida school bookshelves because we can't go. Stop. No. Go. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to scare this cat, but I don't want to because then hold on. I'm about to pick this. I'm about to pick this cat up and take it upstairs. Give me a second, Joe. My bad, because she finna knock shit over. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come back. Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Oh. All right. We have returned. Had to take the cat upstairs or put her up there because no, she don't knock shit off. All right. Cats just like me. Animals like me, but cats like me. I understand cats. All right. The color purple removed from schools under new Florida law. Classics like 17th century epic poem Paradise Lost and Aldous Huxley's novel Brave New World are among 673 books. Bro, that's a lot. Like, how do you even who quantified that? Who decided that? Who made that list? That's a lot of books. 673 books removed from Orange County, Florida. Classrooms in wake of new state law that requires schools to remove sexual content from their shelves. Oh my God. Okay. Bestseller is The Color Purple and Catch 22. Are these temporarily banned? Orange County Public Schools began compiling its list of targeted books this summer to comply with House Bill 1069, which passed the Republicans-controlled legislature. It was signed into law by Ron DeSantis. And this is just ridiculous. I mean, there's really not even much else to say other than just knowing that it happened. Quote, it's creating this culture of fear within our media specialists and even teachers who just want to have a library in their classrooms so kids have access. I mean, how many of these books do you think people? I mean, bro, 673 books. That's a lot of books. Like, God. Let's see. Now what next? We are not finished yet. Oh God. Okay, check this out. A New Jersey police sergeant been stealing a whole lot of money from people. New Jersey police sergeant admits to stealing $115,000 from multiple charities since 2018. My man's got comfortable. See that? I mean, oftentimes what ends up bringing people down is they just get too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like they end up feeling like what they're doing isn't wrong, but it is. New Jersey police sergeant. My bad, y'all. I had a thought real quick about this video game. It just popped in my mind. Batman Arkham Knight. It's such a good video game. I want to play it. All right, so New Jersey police sergeant been stolen a whole lot of money in the last 5 years. A New Jersey police sergeant admitted to stealing over $115,000 from several charities, including his local Police Benevolent Association chapter, prosecutors said on Thursday. James R. Cadigan, 41, a Wall Township police sergeant, pleaded guilty to second and third degree theft by unlawful taking for, oh God, this is written really bad, for stealing from his local Police Benevolent Association chapter, a youth football nonprofit. This dude stole from a bunch of kids. He stole from a youth football nonprofit. This dude ain't shit. And charitable campaign. Oh my God, it gets worse. A charitable campaign for breast cancer research and a neurological injury survivor, according to the indictment. Oh my God, bro. Come on. James Cadigan's actions do not reflect the integrity, commitment, and professionalism of the women and men of the Wall Township Police Department, Wall Township Police Chief Sean O'Halloran said. An investigation began when the MCPO Professional Responsibility and Bias Crime Bureau received a referral last year from Wall Township PBA Local Number 234, which reported missing funds from its annual picnic barbecue fundraiser. Oh, I see what they did there. I see what they did there. Some of the proceeds from these events were missing. Further investigation found that Cadigan had been making cash withdrawals and writing checks to himself from several PBA bank accounts since at least 2018. Additionally, while serving as president of the Wall American Youth Football Organization from February 2020 to November of last year, Cadigan allegedly misused a debit card intended for purchases to benefit the organization to buy things like pool supplies, a hammock, grill tools, and holiday decorations, which cost about $20,000. $20,000 worth of little kids' football money and what was it, like breast cancer and some type of neurological issue survivor, something like that. Like, oh, what a stand-up guy. Nice guy here. The investigation also found that Cadigan stole proceedings in fall of 2020 when he organized a powder puff football game, raising about $3,000 for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, but never donated the money. Where that is an elaborate plan. He organized a whole event. Just to not actually give the money away. Like, I feel like you could have made that $3,000 a lot. Just you could have sold drugs to people. I mean, let's be serious, bro. Like, if you want to make money like that, you could have just sold some of the drugs that y'all took from asset. Oh goddamn, that from civil asset forfeiture rather. You could have just sold some of the stuff from there. You probably would have got away with it. Oh, you grew up in Freehold. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Mary, you did say that you got people out in the Bronx. I think I remember you mentioning that. Oh yeah, Freehold. I'm at Hackensack. That's where I'm at. That's where I live right now. Okay, let's see. All right, what we got now? Okay, so it's 3,000 from there. In December, okay, so his lucky number is 3,000. 3 with triple zeros. In December of 2021, he initiated a campaign for a friend with a brain. This dude ain't shit. He initiated a campaign for a friend with a brain aneurysm and misappropriated $3,000, later reimbursing it with stolen PBA funds. So that's 6K that he stole. Because he spent the 3,000 and then he stole another 3,000 to pay it back. Yeah, he got an itch he can't scratch. This dude got problems. People who move like this be having problems. Cadigan's sentencing is scheduled for March of this upcoming year. The state plans to suggest 8 years in prison. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I think that's fair. 8 years in prison. That's a long time to be in prison, man. 8 years in prison, which could be reduced to 5 years if he pays full restitution of about $91,000 to the PBA and $24,000 to the AYF, totaling over $115,000. Well, unless somebody gives him that money, then he ain't got it. Yeah, no, this is ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, he's gonna go to jail. Are you in South St. Louis? I'm in St. Louis now. I'm up here in Creve Coeur. That's where I'm at. I'm in Creve Coeur. But yeah, no, he's definitely not going to get away with this at all. No, because it's too egregious. All right, where should we go now? What y'all think about this? What's your opinions on this? Hold on, let me. Judge orders teen to write a book report as punishment for alleged mass shooting plan. This isn't funny at all. Why am I laughing? Why the fuck am I laughing at this shit? Okay. The 13-year-old reportedly shared his intentions to shoot up the members of the Temple Israel Synagogue in Ohio on Discord. Oh, so this dude and he got to write a book report. He could cheat his book report. He could have somebody else write it. Oh, let's read. The judge ordered a 13-year-old boy to write a book report on Carl Lutz after the boy was arrested for planning a mass shooting in a Jewish synagogue in Ohio. The teen allegedly made and shared a detailed plan on Discord, an online messaging platform, to shoot up members of the Temple Israel Synagogue in Canton, Ohio. Police learned about the boy's plan on September 1st, and he pleaded guilty on Friday to misdemeanor counts of inducing panic and disorderly conduct. This dude is lucky he is only 13 years old, but all right. As punishment, the boy is banned from using the internet unsupervised. He's banned from using the internet unsupervised. How are they going to enforce that? I'm really curious. I'm curious. I mean, I guess they'll watch him and look for tags and stuff, but other than that, oh shoot. Other than that, I really don't know where exactly they would get that from. Made a mess. Spilled a little bit of coffee, like a little baby or something. Okay. So it says he can't use the internet unsupervised, and he must continue seeing a licensed therapist. The judge also ordered him to write a book report on Lutz. a Swiss diplomat who saved thousands of Jewish people in World War II. Even though police found out about the boy's plan before the Israel-Palestine war, the Anti-Defamation League reports that there has been, quote, a significant spike in anti-Semitic incidents across the United States since October, which is true. Temple Israel did not immediately respond to a request for comments. What y'all think about that? I really don't know. I really don't even know what to say should have happened, honestly. But yeah, I just don't. I don't even know what to say about that for real. I mean, he probably should have went. I mean, I don't know. Like, would going to juvie really? If I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Like, would going to juvie really help him? I don't know. That may just make him even more pissed off. But at the same time, the dude is clearly not well. So I don't know. Oh yeah, absolutely, Carlos. 100%. Let's see. I don't know what the hell to say about that. I mean, the good news obviously is that he didn't do it and he got caught, but the young man has problems. He has very serious problems. All right, let's see. Glenn Simmons is longest imprisoned inmate to be exonerated in U.S. history after 48 years in prison, bro. That's can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like, Mr. J Guns, I appreciate you for being here, my brother. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate your support, and I'm really looking forward to 2024. The community here is really amazing, and we got a lot in store. So I really appreciate you for being here, and I'm looking forward to getting back to my other programs as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah. He definitely could have. But yeah, it just that seemed a bit lenient because it's like, I mean, I'm sure he'll be able to get on the internet somehow, some way, but yes, absolutely, permanent. I think that's another good. That would be another good punishment. You can never legally use guns. You can never legally purchase a firearm. But yeah, nah, man, 48 years. Like, God, I mean, like, what the hell are you gonna do after being in prison for that long? Even though you innocent, like, you don't have. I mean, what skills do you have? What, like, the world has changed drastically. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, 48 years? I mean, there's not enough money in the world to pay somebody to make up for that. That shit is crazy, man. But it's good that he's out though. This is tough. Glenn Simmons. Okay, so we just read that. Yeah, man, you should be happy, man. I can't even imagine. After spending nearly 50 years in prison, 71-year-old Glenn Simmons, a former death row inmate from Oklahoma, has officially been exonerated by a judge. The Oklahoma man was convicted of a crime he did not commit. He was released in July when key evidence was acknowledged to have been withheld from his defense by prosecutors. Simmons was officially declared innocent on Wednesday. Quote, this court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the offense for which Mr. Simmons was convicted, sentenced, and imprisoned, he was not committed by Mr. Simmons. He didn't do it. Oh, this is hard. God damn. Simmons spent a total of, I'm 31. You feel me? Like, I'm 31 years old. Like, he was in jail for 17 years, longer than I've been here. God damn. Okay, he spent 48 years, 1 month, and 18 days in prison after being convicted in 1974 of the murder of Carolyn Sue Rogers. My parents hadn't even begun to meet yet. My dad was still in Atlanta in 1974 because my dad graduated from Morehouse College. He graduated from Morehouse. He's a Morehouse man. He's very proud of it. He should be. And then he got his master's from the Atlanta University. So I think he was still in Georgia at that time. Okay, he's the longest imprisoned inmate to be cleared in U.S. history, as reported by the National Registry of Exonerations. He expressed a sense of vindication, having endured decades behind bars to ultimately prove his innocence. It's a lesson in resilience and tenacity, Simmons said. Don't let nobody tell you that it can't happen, because it really can. If there's ever an example of patience, look no further, because I truly cannot imagine. I don't know if I could do that shit, man. Like for real, like 48. Oh. Mm. Okay, so during his trial, he consistently asserted he was in Louisiana at the time of Carolyn Sue Rogers' murder in Edmond. In 1975, Simmons and co-defendant Dan Roberts were convicted and sentenced to death. Subsequently, their death sentences were commuted to life in prison in 1977 in light of Supreme Court rulings on capital punishment. Roberts was released on parole in 2008 while Simmons remained incarcerated. In July, a new trial was ordered for Simmons after evidence, including a police report with potential eyewitness identifications of other suspects, was revealed to have been withheld. Oh, nice. Nice. Real nice. Well, hello, bro. Am I reading this right? Attorney Norwood stated that Simmons is eligible for up to, not he's not eligible for, he's eligible for up to, which means he could get less than this. $175,000 in compensation. What? Are you serious? And oh, of course, the potential compensation is likely years away. The brother might not even be here. $175,000, man. Y'all better give this dude millions. Y'all better give this man 20-30 million dollars. What the fuck? Like $175,000 for being wrongfully convicted and being on death row for 48 years. That is, oh my God, that, what the fuck? Facts, Mr. J, because again, man, 48. I mean, just even if you could like physically survive, like after a while, it's like, do you even want to? You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucked, man. Like, right, like y'all better give this dude millions. $175,000. That ain't shit. That's nothing. That's like what, you can't buy a house with that. You literally cannot buy a house with $175,000 pretty much anywhere in today's market. What the fuck is $175,000? That's nothing, bro. That's nothing. You can't do shit with $175,000 except pay your bills and live. Like that's really all you can do is pay your bills and live. But when you start actually trying to purchase things, nah, man, that ain't gonna go nowhere. You buy a halfway decent car, if it's new at all, you're gonna spend $20,000-$30,000 unless you want to drive around a piece of crap. You can't do shit with $175,000. All right. We got Mayor Eric Adams, who is really weird. It's really he's a really weird guy. NYC Mayor Eric Adams says New York is the greatest city in the world because you can experience a plane crashing into our World Trade Center on any given day. Right, Mara, exactly. Like you can't, man, you can't own anything with that. What the fuck? Like, get the fuck out of here. He went to jail before so many things came out. That's why they need to give him. I mean, they need to give him more money than that for a lot of reasons. But one of them is because, I mean, what is he really going to do? Like, come on, what is a 71-year-old man who's been in prison for 48 years really going to do in the modern world other than make appearances and talk about stuff? Like, man, y'all better break this man off. Get the fuck out of here, man. Okay, let's see what Eric Adams has to say. He's a weird dude.
Mr. Mayor, we've come to the end.
And I don't expect him to be mayor twice. I don't think that's going to happen.
Of what was a very eventful 2023, right? So when you look at the totality of the year, if you had to describe it, and it's tough to do, in one word, what would that word be, and tell me why?
New York. This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open. This is a very, very complicated city, and that's why it's the greatest city on the globe.
What? He could have said anything other than that. I mean, he's a weird dude, but why did that come out of your mouth? Like, dude, what? Oh, he's weird. And again, this isn't the mayor of some town in Missouri. This is the mayor of NYC, where the trade centers once stood. Like, why would you use that? He's just weird. And not weird in a good way, because you can be weird in a good way, but he's not one of those people. Like, what? Why the fuck did you say that? He could have said, right, exactly, the maximum joy opening a business. Bro, there's so many amazing things about New York. I live 15 minutes away from the city. I live 15 minutes away from Harlem and the Bronx. Like, you could have said the food, the culture, the people, the history, all the events going on, all the opportunities. You could have said the diversity. You could have said so many things. Like, dude, what? All right, let's move on. Right, exactly. That was the funniest part of the whole thing. He was like, how would you... He said, how would you describe this here? New York. He just said the first thing that came to his mind, and it happened to be New York. So then he started talking about it. Okay. Strange, man. Okay, what is this? All right, let's look at fundraising numbers. Fundraising numbers from December from the DNC and the RNC. How much of money? How much of money? All right, how much money? DNC chairman announces record fundraising haul ahead. Heading into 2024 election. The Democratic National Committee is flush with cash as the party gears up for what may be one of the most high-stakes presidential elections in U.S. history. On Thursday, DNC Chairman Jamie Harrison tweeted that when accounting for contributions from joint fundraising committees and affiliated PACs, as well as direct donations, Democrats raked in $12.3 million as of December. That brings the DNC's cash on hand to $20 million, according to aides, which, they tell us, breaks the party's cash on hand record heading into a presidential election year. Harrison contrasted his party's good financial fortune with the chaotic finances of the Republican National Committee. In a subsequent tweet, Harrison linked to a Newsweek article which reported that the RNC's $9.96 million in cash on hand was the lowest amount of money the GOP had available to spend since the 2016 election. This trend has been reportedly, that is a big difference, bruh. $20 million versus 9. Basically 10. It's just one area because money gets raised all over the place. Money gets raised in political action committees, super political action committees, and then obviously the majority of the money is in actual presidential campaigns. So people will, more people will donate to like Joe Biden and Donald Trump than they will to the RNC and the DNC. But that's a big difference. One Republican told Newsweek that the party had been demoralized since the onset of the Trump presidency, with donors likely not enthusiastic about writing checks to the party that has seen significant losses in each federal election cycle. In the 2018 midterms, Democrats captured a whopping 41 seats and regained control of the House of Representatives. Republicans went on to lose the White House in 2020 and lost ground in the U.S. Senate in 2022. Even though the GOP won back the House with a race-thin majority in 2022, it has so far failed to effectively wield power amid relentless infighting among the House Republican Conference. The RNC's electoral record since 2017 speaks for itself. RNC member Patty Lehman told the Washington Post. RNC Chair Ronna McDaniel, who has led the party since 2017, has been facing increasing pressure to resign from Trump allies, particularly in the wake of the GOP's multiple failures in the most recent round of state elections. They said, "Go ahead and get out." But yeah, that's a pretty big difference. Again, there's money gets raised all over the place, but 20-some million versus 9.96 million is let's see. All right, let's see what we gonna do next. What's up next? We ain't done. Greg Abbott is not finished busing immigrants all over the country. He is not finished. So let's get to that. Texas Governor Abbott flies migrants to Chicago in protest of city ordinance. More than 120 migrants were on board the flight Tuesday. Texas Governor Greg Abbott's administration says it is now flying migrants to Chicago in an apparent escalation of the governor's efforts to transport asylum seekers to sanctuary cities. A city of Chicago spokesperson says a private plane chartered by the Texas Department of Emergency Management, the TDEM, the agency tasked with coordinating the governor's business busing operations, flew from El Paso, Why did I say El Paso? Pause and then say Texas. El Paso, Texas, and arrived at O'Hare Airport on Tuesday evening. Abbott's office says more than 120 migrants were on board and had signed consent waivers to be transported in Chicago. The move to fly migrants to the Windy City was in retaliation of a city ordinance implemented by Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson to fine busing companies dropping off migrants late at night and without notifying city officials. Quote, because Mayor Johnson is failing to live up to his city's welcoming city ordinance by targeting migrant buses from Texas, we are expanding our operation to include flights to Chicago like the Biden administration has been doing across the country. And that's what they own. Quote, the governor of Texas is determined to cause chaos throughout the country. And this is after city council passed an ordinance that I put forth to provide more structure, to provide more calm and more coordination with how buses are arriving in the city of Chicago, Mayor Johnson told Chicago's WTTW in a recent interview. Well, again, not really nice guy. Really nice guy, Greg Abbott is. Well, Elisa, we are certainly happy that you made it up out of brain surgery. I'm sure that was very nerve-wracking, but it's absolutely good to have you here with us. I'm glad you're all right. All right, we'll look at that. We'll look at that later because that's a good one. We'll look at that in a few. Oh, look, here we go. Laura Ingram suggests Democrats want civil unrest as part of a master plan to usher in nationwide mail-in voting. Yep, we want to make voting easier for people, and that is exactly why mail-in voting can't happen, because we don't want people voting. All right, here we go. Let's see. Damn, I'm trying to bring this up on my screen. Am I clicking the wrong? Okay, here we go.
Now, at this point, given what we're seeing in the courts, at the DOJ, and even in state AG offices, and given Democrats' Trump is Hitler rhetoric, is it not logical, at least to consider, maybe even to assume, that some on the left are hoping to spark some type of civil unrest here, which would be followed, of course, by a mass crackdown on civil liberties, or the declaration of maybe a nationwide emergency? All as a way, a pretextual way, to usher in, I don't know, nationwide mail-in voting. Now, remember, the left loved the lockdowns. They loved the 2020 riots. And they even loved the weapon that January 6th gave them. And, of course, they really, really love the idea of universal mail-in or even internet voting. Joining me now is Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House. And
Bro, she sounded unbelievably unenthused. She sounded so unenthused with there. She's bored.
Fox News contributor Newt.
Newt.
There have been a number of concerns raised.
This man right here
by
is one of the biggest architects, one of the biggest engineers of the Stick It to the Libs movement.
How this lawfare, as we just discussed in the last segment with two former Supreme Court clerks, I made three of us, about how this is being used to short circuit the electorate. And yet we have Republicans even out there saying, oh, well, if this happens, then we'll move on as a country. Do you think that all will be well if for some reason the Supreme Court does not correct what was done in Colorado?
No, I think this was a potentially catastrophe. 1,360,000 Coloradans voted for Donald Trump in the last election. 4 lawyers want to block him from being on the ballot. That means basically for every 340,000 Coloradans who voted for Trump, 1 lawyer is stopping him. That's a system of establishment arrogance that's not sustainable. And the last great effort like this was the 10 states that refused to put Abraham Lincoln on the ballot in 1860. The American people are not going to tolerate, and I hope the Supreme Court fully understands this, the American people are not going to tolerate being told that they're not allowed to have a choice.
Yeah, they will. They 100,000% will. And I'm sorry, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck precedent. Like, fuck being scared of that shit. That's some pussy shit. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not. Fuck these people. You know, especially like, look, do you want Trump in office or not? You know, do you want to stop him from getting there or not? Is he guilty of these things or not? Yes, he is. Clearly, we've seen it. So yeah, absolutely, the court should continue to drop the gavel on this man because he's guilty. You know, so. It's kind of a big eye roll to me listening to different or certain commentators say stuff like, oh no, I don't know if we should be doing this. Like, well, then what the fuck should we do? Just let him win? Like, come on. You know, y'all spend all y'all time talking about how dangerous Donald Trump is, but then when the courts actually do something about it, now you want to sit here and be afraid. Like, you know, we're so far past the point of precedent. All Republicans do is cheat. They've been doing it since I was a little kid and probably before. You know what I'm saying? All they do is cheat. All they do is make it harder for people to vote. All they do is take people's rights away. Look at what Mitch McConnell did with Merrick Garland when Obama tried to put him up for nomination with the Supreme Court. That's the Republican Party. So fuck precedent. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Let this man pay for the things that he has done. You know, do we want to stop him or not? I want to stop him. So fuck it. Hold on. Let's see. Exactly. 2000 Gore Bush. They've been doing this. Like, come on. Like, we're so far past that point. Okay, I gotta open this up from a different website. Give me a. Yeah, the Colorado decision has to go to the Supreme Court. And honestly, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think I really don't know what they're gonna do. We'll have to wait and see because Trump is just so plainly and obviously guilty. So we'll see what's up. We'll see what they do. But yeah, it has to go to the Supreme Court still, and it's going there soon. Actually, it's going there ASAP because of some stuff that Jack Smith put together. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hold on, let me get this article up because it's about Jeffrey Epstein. So I gotta open it up on a different tab. Yeah, 150 now. Yeah, we talked about this on Indisputable yesterday, so I'm not going to go over it again. But 150 names for people who are involved with Jeffrey Epstein and people who were victimized by Jeffrey Epstein are set to be released very soon. What a disgusting person he was, Jeffrey Epstein. He really was just a disgusting person. I'm catching up with y'all a little bit. Don't move to St. Louis, bro. Ain't nothing to do here. You can visit here, but I don't recommend you move here. Let's see, especially now where you at in your life right now. If you move to St. Louis, you will be like, I gotta get out of here. What shall we do now? We have, oh yeah, we got some George Santos stuff. We got some George Santos stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got a little bit of that, and then we got some conservatives jumping to Chip Roy's defense, and we got a woman who actually pulled off a rather. Right, I haven't smoked all. I smoked before the show. I didn't even bring. I should have brought my bowl down. We ain't got the music. We ain't got none of that going. Let's see. This is just a big duh. Like, why even write an article about this? Trump advisors and Colorado Republicans huddle after shock ruling. Oh, they're going to use it to their advantage. Oh, they're going to play the victim. That's all they do. Of course, they're going to do that. I just wanted to laugh at that. Politico puts out a lot of stupid articles. I've noticed that about them. I mean, they do. Politico does good work, but they also put out a lot of articles that are like, why did you even write this shit? And sometimes they be putting out articles that are like, what are you talking about? But hey, you got to know your sources. We're gonna save. Yeah, we're gonna save that. Now let's go here. Chip Roy. Conservatives jump into Chip Roy's defense because Donald Trump is calling Chip Roy a rhino. Rhino. Oh, my bad. Here we go. All right. Damn, it's so much harder. It's so much harder without a mouse. I mean, it's not hard, but it just takes longer. All right. Conservatives jump to Chip Roy's defense as Donald Trump calls him a rhino. It's laughably insane. All right, so what they got to say? Make America great again with the red caps on the Christmas tree. Okay, so I think this is what Trump initially said about Chip. The 77-year-old politician wrote, "Has any smart and energetic Republican in the great state of Texas decided to run, or have they decided to run in the primary against Rhino Congressman Chip Roy?" Using an acronym for Republican in name only. The post continued, "For the right person, he is very beatable. If interested, let me know. bro, Donald Trump is like, bro, like I don't even remember what it is that Chip Roy said, but it's like, bro, I'm telling y'all, man, all we have, if Donald Trump wins next year, all we have to do is constantly just throw shade at him online, and he'll be too busy replying to everybody to actually do anything. You know what I'm saying? He ain't actually gonna be able to do it because he's gonna be too busy responding to everybody. Ooh, the bong sounds wonderful right now. I wouldn't mind putting out articles, but I don't have time for that right now. I I'll when I have like a staff, a little staff, I'll be able to start doing stuff like that. But um, I'll definitely be doing a lot more, and not even more, but one of the things that I'm really going for 2024 is just to really look. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm about to blow the fuck up in 2024. I'm about to blow up. I mean, it's a presidential election year. We make good content here. I have a lot of experience, and we have an awesome community. We're blowing up in 2024. So my real goal behind that is to make sure that everything is doable, manageable, and that we're organized. So that's really the plan because there's only so much I can do by myself. But the good thing is that things are going well, and so let's keep it up. All right, so let's get back to this right here. No, I'm not doing volunteers. I don't want people working with me unless I'm paying them. For a variety of reasons. One, because if you do work, you should get paid. But also, like, it's just if people aren't getting paid, then it's not real. It's not real, and it's not consistent. And I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not paying somebody, you can't really you can't expect anything of them. Like you really can't expect, like, so like I don't really until I got some stuff to shell out to people, then I'm not gonna do too much of that. Okay, where we at? So now these are the Republicans coming to his defense.
So what's fueling this?
What did they say? Where are the comments? Okay, here they are. Thomas Massey. I stand with Chip Roy. Okay, this is what we just read him say. I stand with Chip Roy. He fights for what he believes, and he's one of the most conservative members of Congress. I can tell you with certainty that this short-sighted effort to intimidate Chip will not work. Trump, who caved on bump stocks, and Fauci is calling Chip Roy of Texas a rhino. And to be primary, it's just laughable at this point. It's laughably insane. Run it back, guys. Okay, this is Chip Roy talking about he stands behind her and Ron DeSantis. That's why Donald Trump was mad at Chip Roy. I have forgotten what it was exactly, but he's just mad because Chip Roy endorsed Ron DeSantis instead of him. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I'm catching up with y'all a little bit. But yeah, no, that's literally the only reason that Donald Trump was mad at Chip Roy, because he endorsed because he endorsed Ron DeSantis instead of him. Like, of course. Now let's see. We got a George Santos documentary on the way because, of course, because why not? Why not? Why not? The director behind Fire Fraud has started on a George Santos documentary. The project will reportedly focus on the disgraced ex-congressman's human side. Oh, wonderful, wonderful! A man who will just assume rob you blind as looking at you, literally. Like, that's what he is. That's what he does. That's who he is. But let's talk about his human side. For what? All right, let's get into the deets, the details. The filmmaker who brought us Hulu's Firefest documentary in 2019 is now spearheading a project about everyone's least favorite. Oh no, you know this is everyone's absolute favorite stunt queen / disgraced ex-congressman George Santos. It's not our least favorite; it's our favorite. On Thursday, the New York Times reported that Santos will be participating in the film, which is being led by Jenner First, a director and producer behind a number of attention-grabbing projects. They include LuLaRich, a film that chronicled the downfall of the multi-level marketing empire LuLaRoe, and Fire Fraud, which was nigh inescapable. Yo, that's crazy. When it hit Hulu in 2019, Fire Festival was crazy. The latter film raised eyebrows among critics when it was revealed that the filmmaker had compensated Firefest co-founder William McFarlane in order to license materials used in the movie. In an interview with the Times, First described himself as a scammer whisperer, a distinction that will certainly help as he seeks to capture the rise and fall of Santos, who is facing 23 felony counts. Yo, he's going to go to jail for a while. He just is. Santos is going to go to prison for a minute. I don't know how long, but it's going to be more than a year or two for sure. Because he didn't stole money from people. He didn't stole, he didn't just rip people off of their credit cards. You're not going to get no light sentence with that. And he's caught red-handed. And no one really has anything to gain by giving him a light sentence. You know what I'm saying? So he going to be in there. Okay, so it says Santos's participation in the project follows a high-profile interview with Z-Way, which we watched on Tuesday, which was hilarious. Released earlier this week, in one particularly cutting moment from the conversation, Z-Way asked Santos, "What could we do to get you to go away?" With a placid smile, he says, "Stop inviting me to your gigs," which is true, but also very vindicative of just how the modern world works. If you got a name, if you got a brand, motherfuckers is gonna have you and they're gonna work with you. That's just what it is. I mean, obviously you can't cross certain lines, but yeah, stop inviting me places. But you can't, he shoots back, because people want the content. Yes. But no, we'll keep our eyes out for a documentary focusing on the human side of George Santos. My bigger question is, who the hell is George Santos really? I don't think he knows. Nobody knows. Least of all himself. All right. But yeah, I don't know what oh. All right, let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. Now, okay, this is the last one that we're doing today, and it's like that she almost got away with it. This was rather genius. Yes, the human side of George Santos, the man who will rip off anybody, including a sick dog. He's so ridiculous. George Santos is the most ridiculous person in America. He's even more ridiculous than Donald Trump, which is rather hard to do. A woman walked into a Georgia Waffle House dressed like an employee. She robbed the store 2 hours later. This was super sophisticated. She almost got away with it too. She put a lot of effort and planning into that. Authorities have not been able to track down. Oh, and they ain't got her yet. Oh, she did get away with it. Well, maybe not, because I'm sure her face is out there. Yeah, her face is out there now, so she's not gonna be able to get away with it like that. But that was that. Yo. Okay, let's see what happened. Rudy. I don't know what the hell Rudy's talking about, but it's probably not anything to do with this. Police in Georgia are searching for a woman who pretended to be a Waffle House employee to steal money from the restaurant. The unidentified female went to great lengths to pull off this elaborate heist, as she somehow got hold of a Waffle House uniform and worked for 2 hours at the iconic dining establishment in Riverdale on December 12th. Yet, no, she put a lot of thought into this shit, bro. She put a lot of thought into this. This is I've low-key done this. I've high-key done shit like this before. I'm not proud of it, but I have. All right. Let's see. According to the Riverdale Police Department, the woman was seen on CCTV accessing the register ballot, opening the register and stealing cash before making her getaway. At this point, the authorities have no clue who this woman is and are asking the police for assistance. Anyone with information is asked to contact Detective Mendoza, blah, blah, blah. This is arguably not even the wildest thing to happen at a Georgia Waffle House this month, as a man stole a bus in DeKalb County and ended up dropping someone off at a Waffle House. That was extremely elaborate. That was incredibly elaborate. Facts. Well, hey, you got to tip the hat. You got to tip the hat to her. You know, I don't condone doing that. But look, if you're gonna steal some shit, that's how you should go about it. Break, but hey, we don't condone that here. But you gotta give her props. You gotta give the woman her props. I mean, how can you not? How can you not? Right, exactly. The staff don't even know each other. She picked literally the perfect Waffle House. She knew exactly which one to go to where people ain't paying attention. Hey, she put a lot of time into it, man. Woo. But we had a long stream today. Again, we stream twice this week. Tomorrow, I'll probably stream tomorrow. I'm going out with my sister tomorrow night. On Saturday, I'm going out with some friends that I haven't seen since I moved to Jersey. I moved to New Jersey in 2016, so I'm looking forward to that. And I didn't even expect to know that it was going to happen. They reached out to me. I don't even be on Snapchat. I have a Snapchat, but I don't even be on it. I don't even use it. But they ended up reaching out to me. I was like, oh shit, cool. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to Carlos. You know what's up with City Park? That's where I'm going on Saturday. I'm going to City Park. I haven't been there yet. But yeah, so yes, I'm really looking forward to all of this. And again, I'm looking forward to 2024. I really appreciate everybody, man. Y'all have no idea how much you encourage me and how much you've helped lift me out of very dark places. I be struggling. Everybody be struggling, but I struggle. I've gone through a lot. And when I first started doing this, I really didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't know where I was going. But it's really been amazing how things have just really fallen into place and come together. So to show y'all my gratitude, I motherfucking guarantee you that we gonna keep this train moving forward. It ain't shit. If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to come put a bullet in my head, and that's about all you can do to stop me. So I'm looking at y'all dead in the face, so you know I'm serious. I appreciate you, and we're gonna keep this train moving. So let's have a very good 2024. Y'all have a fantastic rest of the day, and I'll probably pull up a few clips from this. But great stream. Love and appreciate y'all. I'll probably see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Saturday, because we'll probably do another nerd news.